What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So this time I have some tip and tricks for you guys on the acceleration so badge. Now reason why is because in a few months or 1 or 2 months I guess there will be a rebalancing patch incoming, and for assassin it's looking very bright. We will receive a buff, yes, but we will also receive a nerf. Well, not a nerf, just adjustment I guess. So basically your deep cut will be reduced from 24 seconds to 12 seconds. So stoic with deep cut will not be available anymore. So the only way for you to do any sustain is from your acceleration. So that's why I'm here to show you some tips and tricks for the acceleration badge. Now if you haven't got it yet, then you should really get it. Overall damage, it will be better than stoic. I would say about 5% more increase from deep cut 24 second to acceleration. I would say, yeah, about 5%, which is, I mean, not a lot, but still I just like acceleration better because it feels better. Your phantom have lower cooldown and you actually have to think what to do next. There are many situations which you will find out what to do in a certain situation when you play acceleration for long enough. Whew. Anyway, tip number one, if you haven't noticed yet, then your number one skill, Shadow Dash and Shadow Drain, also give you Phantom Mark. Right, so that might not sound like a lot, but it actually is. It can it can help you a lot on the DPS department, because normally if you only use your number 3 and 2 number 4, you only get 3 mark, you transform, you only get 4 mark in total. Now that is what I have seen people like do a lot of time. But what we're gonna do here is that instead of use 2 number 4, we use 2 number 1, number 3, 1 time number 4, right? And then we transform, we get full mark. Only use your number 4 twice when your phantom is on cooldown and when you are out of mark, right? So for example, let's say you just got out of phantom. The phantom now is on cooldown, you have 0 mark left. That is the perfect timing, the most ideal timing to use your number 4. The other time to use your number 4 is when your weapon stack reset. The number 4 will also be resetting, so you want to take a look at your weapon stack and use your number 4 right away, because it will give you mark and it will be reset anyway. So just take as much out of it as possible, right? So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, when you are in phantom mode, try to put out at least 4 Night Reaver. Now if let me show you real quick. Okay, so 1 Night Reaver, 2, 3, we're waiting for the last one, and 4, one last for the X. There we go. And as you can see, when I got out, I got about 16-second cooldown, which is pretty damn good, right? So that is what we want to always aim for. If you end up with 24 seconds, meaning you are playing with acceleration in the wrong way, which you shouldn't, you should always aim for that 16 second, right? 16 second is 4 Night Reaver. You can sometimes end up with 5 Night Reaver if your weapon stack reset on time. You can also end up with 6 Night Reaver, or even more if your blue buff is on, right? So that is what you want to aim for, at least 4 Night Reaver, no less. And if you have to sacrifice your eggs, right, you do it. So for example, if I'm in phantom mode, right, and I only deal 3 Night Reaver, right, so but I can use my eggs for the last remaining one, but it will be very tight for the last one, right? So I use my eggs in order to sacrifice 1 more Night Reaver. I don't want to do that. I want to sacrifice my eggs in order to put out 1 more Night Reaver to reduce the cooldown even more, and then use the eggs next time, right? So that is what I would like to do, because the phantom cooldown is just way more important, and Night Reaver is just way more important than just the eggs, right? So that is why you are seeing me using the eggs always at the end of it, so that you don't have to panic at the end. You want to make sure that you put out 4 Night River, even if it means that you will sacrifice your Nightmare skill. This one. Right, so that is tip number 2. Tip number 3, always keep an eye on your weapon stack. Now that is very important because this class is very RNG based, right? So maybe not so much as Fire Gunner, but it's still RNG based. What I mean with that is the weapon stack would help you a lot if it actually reset, right? So that is what you want to basically aim for. But also, whenever your weapon stack is about to end, let's say I have my 4 up, I will use my 4 because when weapon stack end, my 4 will be reset. If my C is up, I want to use my C. Right? So 4 and C would be the most ideal skill to use before your weapon stack end. Mostly because they have very long cooldown and they are very useful. In Phantom, if your weapon stack reset, you want to use your LMB and 4. And not only that, you have to time your LMB together with your weapon stack. So like, for example, this one have 3-second cooldown, right? So your LMB have 3-second cooldown. Your weapon stack is about to end. You want to use your LMB at the last second. So 1 second before the end, you want to use your LMB so that it have no cooldown at all after, you know, weapon stack end. So that is the thing with weapon stack. And also try to keep your soul up, you know, as much as possible, because your soul, what I mean with that is your Phantom, you want to synergize it with your soul in order to deal maximum DPS. Now if there is, for example, 6 seconds left and your Phantom still up, you don't want to wait for that. You obviously don't want to wait for that. So you just go in Phantom, deal a shit ton of DPS, and your soul will eventually come, right? But if there is like 3 seconds or 2 seconds left on the soul, you want to wait with your tap. When it is the last second, you want to activate it and deal, you know, as much damage as you can. So there are many elements that you have to keep an eye on when you play with Exhilaration, right? At least that's what I have noticed so far. Right, so the last tip I have for you guys is, if you are new to the Exhilaration, or if you are trying to tank with Assassin, which I don't recommend, but I have to do it anyway because, you know, there's not many tank around in my clan. So if you want to do that, if you just want to learn the boss rotation, if you want to play safe, if you want to, you know, tank, then go for these two. Right, so what it does is that it will decrease your DPS, okay, by actually quite a lot, if I say so myself. But the thing is, when you are tanking or learning, then out with all the DPS thing, you can learn it hard way or you can learn it it's the easy way, right? So I'm showing you the easier way, right? So if you want to tank with it, you check these two. So basically this one is automatic. Every time you transform, wait a sec. Every time you transform, you will have 12 seconds where you are immune to damage for 6 times. Now 6 times over 12 seconds, right? That is the whole duration of your Phantom. Now the cooldown is very long, but the thing is, it will reset with your weapon stack. Now after the changes, the rebalance, this skill will be reduced to 45 seconds, but it will not be able to reset with the weapon stack anymore. Right, so that's it. It's basically just an iframe skill for, you know, Phantom, where every time you enter it, and it will be reset with your weapon stack. Anyway, next one is Shroud Control. Now with this one, your back step will be double up. Your what do you call it? Yeah, and your number 3 skill will change into another skill. So instead of dealing damage when you use it, you will get iframe. Like every 1 second, like every second, you will gain an iframe for the next 2 seconds. Right, so that is basically what it does. Now it is very RNG and hard to keep on track, but I mean, it is still there in order to protect you. So yeah, that is the last tip for you guys. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like button or subscribe. Anyway, I will see you in the next time, and if you have any question, make sure to post it down below in the comment. Anyway, see you next time, guys. Peace out.